true love isn't loud, it's consistent. It's in the unnoticed moments, the small rituals that don't make it to social media, the quiet ways a man shows up again and again. A real man doesn't just shout his love from rooftops on holidays or anniversaries. Instead, he makes her coffee exactly the way she likes it, without needing to ask again. He remembers the little things, like how she squeezes his hand twice when she's nervous, or how her favorite blanket calms her down after a long day. These details don't come from obligation, they come from attention, from truly seeing her, not just once, but every day. Consistency is not routine. It's devotion disguised as ordinary life. A real man keeps a woman happy not with diamonds, but with dependability. He doesn't disappear when life gets heavy. He listens, even when he doesn't have the answers. He doesn't fix everything. Sometimes he just sits with her while it's broken. And in that space, where there are no grand gestures, no fancy dinners, no perfect words, he becomes her safe place. Because she knows he's not just there when it's easy, he's there when it's messy, uncertain, and real. Loud love is fleeting. It burns fast and fades. But steady love, the one built on good mornings and how was your days, is what lasts. When a man is emotionally consistent, he creates a foundation where she doesn't have to question his intentions. She doesn't have to guess if she's still enough. She doesn't have to shrink herself or earn his affection again and again. His presence becomes her peace, not her puzzle. There are days she will doubt herself, days she'll fall apart quietly, and on those days, she doesn't need a savior. She needs someone who's stayed long enough to notice what kind of silence means she's hurting. A real man won't need to be told when she's not okay. He'll know, because he's paid attention. Because love, when real, notices the things that words don't say. He'll protect her heart, not by guarding it from the world, but by showing her, day after day, that she's safe to rest in his. That she doesn't have to carry both their emotions, that she doesn't have to chase love, because his consistency tells her she's worth the work, worth the repetition, worth staying for. And in all those quiet, invisible ways, a cup of tea, a long look, a hand held a second longer, he tells her, I love you. I see you. I'm still here. That's what makes a woman truly happy. Not loud love, but consistent love. Happiness is built, not promised. A promise is easy to make, especially when emotions are high and hearts are full of dreams. But promises, without effort, are like blueprints without bricks. They look good on paper, but they collapse under pressure. A real man knows that keeping a woman happy is not about saying the right words once, but doing the right things every day. It's in the effort, not the ease. In the daily decisions to show up, to understand, to grow. A woman doesn't expect perfection. She expects presence. She knows life won't always be romantic or exciting. What matters to her is the man who doesn't stop trying after he's won her. She finds joy in the man who still asks her how her day was, even after years together, who still reaches for her hand during a walk, not because it's new, but because it's natural, because he chooses to keep the connection alive, not just when it's convenient, but when it's necessary. Real happiness is not delivered, it's nurtured. It's in the effort to make her laugh when the day's been heavy. It's in noticing when she's withdrawn and softly pulling her back with patience instead of pressure. It's in learning the language of her love, whether it's words, touch, time, or silence. A man who wants to build happiness doesn't assume he knows what she needs. He listens, he learns, he adapts, and he shows that her emotional safety matters just as much as her physical comfort. Building happiness means taking responsibility, not for her feelings, but for the space you create around her. A real man asks himself, does she feel seen when I speak? Does she feel heard when she's quiet? Does she feel safe when I'm near? He doesn't blame her mood for the distance. He looks at how he's been showing up. Because keeping a woman happy isn't about fixing her emotions. It's about making sure your presence doesn't add to her weight. Sometimes, happiness looks like small sacrifices, like choosing time with her over endless distractions, like putting the phone down when she's talking, like remembering the stories she told months ago and bringing them up just to make her smile. These are the bricks of real joy, not dramatic acts, but thoughtful ones. Quiet proof that she matters, even when the world is loud. When a man understands that happiness takes daily effort, he stops chasing perfection and starts practicing love. He accepts that there will be off days, disagreements, misunderstandings. But instead of retreating, he rebuilds, over and over, with patience and intention. Because he knows, happiness isn't a destination they arrive at once. It's the home they create together, one gentle brick at a time. Sometimes love survives storms, but sometimes the storm shows who was really holding the umbrella. Hard times reveal more than words ever could. It's easy to say, "I love you," when the skies are clear and life feels light. But when the winds change and everything feels heavy, that's when a woman truly learns whether the man beside her is shelter or shadow. A real man doesn't step back when she breaks. He steps forward, even if he's not sure how to fix it. Because sometimes, love isn't about solving the storm. It's about staying through it. There are moments when she won't have the strength to be the strong one. She won't have the words to explain her silence. She may cry without knowing why, or push him away without meaning to. In those moments, a man's patience is tested, not his passion, not his attraction, but his loyalty to the heart behind her pain. When everything in her world feels like it's falling apart, she watches to see if he's still holding on, or if he was only ever holding on when it was easy. A woman doesn't expect a man to carry all her burdens. She just wants to know he won't disappear when hers feel too heavy. She watches how he reacts when she's not her best, when she's irritable, tired, anxious, overwhelmed. Does he get distant? Does he blame her? Or does he remind her with quiet consistency that he's not going anywhere? Real love doesn't walk away just because the version of her he's seeing isn't the happiest. It stays, it supports, it listens, even when the silence is uncomfortable. Storms have a way of stripping away illusions. They reveal the truth of who someone is when the mask of comfort is gone. A man who truly cares will still protect her peace, even when she can't offer him the same in return. He won't use her bad day as a reason to pull away. Instead, he will anchor her, reminding her through his actions that she's not in this alone. She may never say it out loud, but she notices when he stays. She feels the weight of his choice to love her even in moments she doesn't feel lovable. There will be times she tests the strength of his love without meaning to. Times when her fear, her trauma, or her past makes her doubt everything. And when that happens, it's not reassurance she's asking for. It's presence. She wants to know he's not just there for the sunshine. She wants to know he'll fight for her, even when she's struggling to fight for herself. That's when she knows the difference between someone who claimed to love her and someone who truly does. Because when the storm passes and the sky's clear, she won't remember every word he said. But she will remember who stood beside her, soaked and shivering, refusing to let go of the umbrella.